We're talking about how to stay and be unbothered without really stuffing down your feelings. So typically when we talk about being and staying unbothered, we're talking about emotional control. And I love emotional control. Emotional control is a very useful tool to have, especially in situations where it's not appropriate to discharge our emotions, or we might not have space to really work through stuff. So in those areas, that's really a valuable tool. Now, the problem with it is that if you do that all the time, where you just stuff down your feelings and just to show that you have emotional control and that you are pretending to be unbothered, well, what happens to all of those unresolved emotions and feelings? They get trapped inside of you, and one way or another, they're gonna find a way to come out. They're gonna wanna be discharged, and they will. And it might happen when you least expect it and in ways where you've truly lost control. So you don't wanna do that. You don't want to always be stuffing down your feelings. And like I said, there are some times where it's a good tool to have. What you really want to move to when you are talking about really truly being unbothered, not just pretending, but really internally like being unbothered, is you want to expand your nervous system capacity to be able to hold life. Okay, this is really important because there's a difference between something's bothering you but you're acting like it's not bothering you. You're just like looking in the other direction. And as useful as that is, especially for manifesting and act as if, it requires a lot of hard work, right? Because that's not really how you're feeling. You're just acting that way, and it might hit one of the 4 bodies of alignment. But remember, to manifest, we have to have like alignment in all 4 bodies. You cannot have duplicity, and this is why a lot of your manifestations can take longer than what you desire. It's because you're duplicit, like there's duplicity there, right? So here's what I recommend noticing the things that get you bothered and being really honest with yourself. You don't have to go announcing that to everyone else, but noticing it within yourself. When my partner says such and such thing, like that gets me bothered. Or when this thing happens at work, that really gets me twisted. Like I'm thinking about it for a couple of days, right? And start becoming aware of where your nervous system requires more stretching and more capacity to hold those things. And what we want to do is make space in our nervous system by discharging whatever's there. So I teach you this really deeply in my 3-week nervous system reboot. I highly recommend this to anyone, especially if you are a high achieving, driven, self-led woman, or even if that's what you want but you don't see yourself as that. Chances are that part of you is buried somewhere underneath a lot of emotions, a lot of conditioning, a lot of things unresolved. And as hard as that can sound, like it's like the slightest little tweaks and tools that I give you that will have such a big impact on your life. So just to give you an idea, the immediate results you'll see is you'll have an entire toolbox. There's a whole resource library of tools that you can practice immediately when you're triggered. And then tools you can also practice at home when you have a little bit more space. And I give you enough of a variety where if you're like, okay, this and this doesn't resonate with me, well, there's like a whole bunch of other tools. So you can find the ones that are really comfortable for you to start with now, and as you expand your capacity, more will feel comfortable for you. I have some where I'm like, I don't want to do those, but then as I've been doing the other ones, there's been more capacity. So you'll notice immediate results because you have immediate tools. The second thing you'll notice is that your identity will start shifting because you know that certain things get you really bothered. And let's be honest, women like us, we judge ourselves when we're triggered. We really say, hey, at this point, this shouldn't have bothered me. Like, why am I should be over this by now. We start shaming ourselves. We start feeling guilty. We start judging ourselves like, after doing all this inner work, this should no longer bother me. But as you now practice these tools and you know really what's happening inside of you, because I take the time to explain all of that stuff, you'll then know, okay, I'm doing these tools now, and then you'll notice, wow, my boss saying that would have freaked me out, and it didn't. And it didn't. So what happens then is your identity starts shifting. You start now actually seeing yourself as someone that has all of the tools to not get triggered, because there is actual space in your nervous system. Like, you're scientifically unbothered, not just pretending to be unbothered. And then the third thing you'll see is that over time, you'll start having compounded results. And what compounded results look like is, you'll notice that you'll have bigger and bigger dreams coming in and manifesting. The reason that you weren't letting yourself desire big things is because you can barely hold your life right now, right? Like, why would you want to see a beautiful, ravished, romantic relationship when you barely have time to date and your nervous system gets really triggered when you're trying to juggle it all? You don't have space for that. But as you create space within yourself, now you're going to have bigger desires. All of a sudden, you might want to scale your business, or start a business, or lose those final 10 pounds that you've been carrying for a bazillion years, right? Or yo-yoing with. All of these desires will evolve, and then you'll finally have the space to hold them, so they'll start actually coming in. This is another reason that a lot of our manifestations can get blocked, is because we literally don't have the space. We feel like we don't have the time, we don't have the space in our life. So as you do this inner work and your capacity literally expands in your nervous system, not just like I'm pretending to be unbothered, but I'm like, this inside, then you'll actually have space to hold all of these magnificent things that you want to do on this planet. Because here's the thing, if you're a woman like me, you have big dreams. You want to manifest big dreams. And let me tell you, as someone that's literally, this is so funny. I was journaling on this yesterday. I ran out of manifestations. Like, this is literally my reality right now. I was like, God, this is odd. Do you want to put another desire in my mind? Because what do I do? Everything's manifested. And while I feel so happy and blessed and content in my life, it's like I've never been in a place where it's like, okay, I ran out of manifestations. This is what the end of manifestations looks like, when you literally have everything that you ever desired, you manifested it all. That took a lot of capacity. I had to do a lot of inner work to expand myself, and maybe some people don't, but you guys know my past. You know the stuff that I've had to go through in my life, the trauma that I've had. So of course, someone like me, I couldn't even see myself as someone that could have this beautiful life experience with everything checked off. The dream relationship, the dream body, all the money, the type of relationships that I get to have with my kids. I live in Barbie's dream house. Does life get to be this good? Yes. When you have the capacity to hold it, yes, life gets to be that good. But again, it's not gonna come on top of a overwhelmed nervous system. It can't, because you're gonna drop it. You don't have a place to put it. And so this work is really the work of a lifetime. So let me know your key takeaways. I have another announcement, by the way. So the nervous system course, I highly recommend you start there. It is my jam. If I could only sell one course for the rest of my life, in the 130 courses I've created, that's changed over time. But right now, I feel like this is where we recommend everyone start. In fact, I even told my team, when people emailing us saying, I don't know where to start, we used to give them the basic bake bundle, which I still love for for subconscious programming. That's a great course for the energetics. But if you're no, I need help in my nervous system, I get the subconscious programming, but I need help in my nervous system, this is the place to start. And I think they both go so beautifully hand in hand. So if you already have the basic babe bundle, adding the nervous system reboot, oh my God, it's the perfect braiding of inner work. The other thing I want to mention is that my profit from every post course, the pre-order price ends tomorrow and the content opens tomorrow. So give me until tomorrow evening to do that content. There's one more little lesson that I want to add to it to just make it even more brilliant. All the content is there, but I just want to add one more. And so tomorrow evening, Monday evening, all the content will become available to you, and I can't wait for you to see and start making some juicy posts and starting some feminine funnels and getting paid from every post, as you should. All right, key takeaways, post them in the description box. By the way, not in the description box, in the comments, I have to tell you this. This 30-day video challenge that Ayan gave me, it has kicked my butt. It's expanded me. It's really shown me what I'm capable of when I put my mind to it, but it's kicked my butt. Like, I've quit like 3 times. I've thought about quitting, but I'm like, no, like, he's watching me. I don't want to quit. But it's been hard as a projector. There's been days where I'm like, I filmed 3 videos in one day, and then there's days where I'm like, oh my God, I do not want to film anything today. But I really wanted to see this through. We have a few more days left. But I don't know, girl, if I'll ever be doing this again. It really stretched me. And I learned a lot. I learned what type of content I really enjoy making right now. But I don't think I'm going to be doing this again for a while. So just wanted to mention that. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because it was a lot. It was a lot for this projector soul. Leave your key takeaways in the comments. I love you. All the links are pinned in the first comment and in the description box. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.